All right, guys, welcome back to another update on the Samsung Galaxy S8. This has actually been a fantastic device now that I've been using it for about 9 days or so. Just a quick update, not a review yet. I'll have a review later on. I'm probably gonna wait and do my review on this phone about 30 days out because I have a lot of other phones that I'm gonna compare this to. The U Ultra, the G6. I'm gonna compare it to some of these other phones, and I wanna kind of get a feel for this phone in using it. So I just feel like this phone is probably like the ultimate buy for most customers. It offers a lot. While I don't find that it's the top of the top tier phone that I would tell everybody you must buy it or it's a must have, it is a great selection. There are a lot of other options out there that cost a lot less. They pretty much perform the same. And I say perform the same. You know, there's nothing about this phone that makes it stand out in performance. Even though it has the Snapdragon 835, there's nothing about it that I see in day-to-day use that would warrant me to tell a person to pick up this $800 phone over a phone that will perform the same with that costs a third of the cost or less. However, with that being said, this phone at the beginning when I got it, it was experiencing a lot of lag. That's died down. I haven't had any lag issues as of yet. And again, I'm only about 9 days in, going on 10 days in, I think. But the phone itself is holding up extremely well. I mean, the screen, I've said it in a lot of other videos, the screen on this phone is just gorgeous. It's a phone that you definitely would want to show off. The build quality on here is just great. One thing about this phone I will tell you though, there's a recommendation that I recommend. Now, a lot of people like to do dbrand skins or just skins period from slick wraps. For this phone, it's such a small phone and so narrow. Now, I'm going to recommend, and I can only recommend, I'll recommend you grab a UAG case. The UAG case of all the cases that I have, to me, has been my favorite when comparing. And I find myself using this case more than any other case. And that's just my recommendation. This phone is so small, I don't want to put a skin on it. And the phone with this UAG particular case, and it could be any case, this is just a recommendation that I'm throwing out there. You can do what you want. However, this particular case with this phone, the S8 and probably the S8 Plus 2, great combination. You've got your drop protection, you've got grip on the sides. It's a winning combination. And I think since I've been using this phone every day, it's actually grown on me, Some people might have thought that I just hated this phone or, I just bashed it for no reason. But, I'm not just going to buy a phone with my own money and just praise it just because everybody wants me to praise it. That's not how it works. But I give credit where credit is due. And listen, this phone is great. And I think I said it before, while it's not like the best on the market to me, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic purchase if you decide to pick this up. A lot of people are having problems with their S8. Like the S8 Plus has problems focusing with the front camera, it's doing a lot of focus hunting. I haven't experienced that at all on the S8 that I have. So I don't know if it's a couple of people, who's having that problem with the S8 Plus, but the S8, I don't have any focusing issues. I've done videos with this. There's actually no focus hunting at all. But, I don't know. I'll experience the S8 Plus soon because I've got a lot of stuff here waiting for it, and we're gonna see how that works out. However, the phone itself, it's one of those phones that sometimes you hear me say you just got to experience it for yourself. Like the Mi Mix, that's one you just got to get in hand. You got to get that in hand and experience what I'm talking about. This is another one of those phones. There are so many pluses about this phone, it's ridiculous. The cameras. I don't know what I can say about the cameras. They are probably the best, if not top 5. They're in the top 5. They're in the top 5, especially the rear camera. The cameras on here are in the top 5 of smartphones. Every smartphone on the market, this is the camera that you need to chase and take notes from. I mean, the quality is just ridiculous, man. The 1080p 60 frames per second on this phone compared to other phones, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Like right now, I'm recording this video. I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? I'm chilling downstairs. I keep certain things around the house just in certain places. I have my media area downstairs, and the iPad Pro is one of the phone or tablets that I use. That's a piece of technology that I use every day. And I say, you know what? I'm going to fire up the iPad Pro and I'm going to record a video. And I'm going to record it at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Then I'm going to do a direct upload to YouTube. Because I was going to use the Galaxy S7, but we all know the Galaxy S7 has fantastic cameras. And I don't use the camera on this like I used to. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and record a video on here and drop it straight into YouTube. And to me, the quality looks pretty good at this point. I mean, this is the iPad Pro 9.7, recording at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Obviously, it can't touch this phone's 1080p at 60 frames per second, but it's there. It's a good quality. To me, it is. But the cameras on here is something that every OEM, however you do it, you've got to catch up to Samsung's cameras, period. There's just no other way to say it. Some other phones that I think rival and that might even be better, like the front camera on the U Ultra is much better than this front camera. In every instance that I've tested that, the camera is better on the U Ultra. The front camera on the U Ultra is better than this camera. So I'm gonna release some footage with this phone battling the U Ultra in cameras, and I'm also gonna release some footage of this phone battling the G5 Plus. But the cameras is where the OEMs need to start. Samsung just has some of the best cameras out there. You could use, like right now, I typically would use the Galaxy S7 to do all of my YouTube footage. My main camera broke. It won't read SD cards anymore. My big camera that I used to use for YouTube. So I've been using the Galaxy S7 for like 99% of my videos, and the quality is stupendous. It's ridiculous. It's good. At least to me it is. And a lot of people comment and say, man, what camera did you use? I'm like, Galaxy S7. They're like, no way. External microphone, done. Tripod, hook it up. Edit on the computer or drop it right to YouTube from the phone. Point is, Samsung cameras, fantastic. Samsung is also winning, and I never thought I would say this, man, but I said it in another video. I've gotten so used to using the iris scanner, it's ridiculous. I don't even really use the fingerprint reader unless I'm like logging into my bank account or something like that, or logging into certain apps. But other than that, I think the iris scanner works better than the fingerprint reader, and it's actually really fast. I still haven't tried the facial unlock. I haven't opened the box to my VR. I haven't done any of that stuff. But nonetheless, the iris scanner has been pretty good to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think I really like it. And I think that'll be my first choice for using this phone, period. This is probably gonna be my only choice of using, this phone. But I gotta tell you, man, Samsung, they've done it right. They've done it right. While again, the Note 8, whenever it comes out, I think it'll probably be better than this phone. Probably the same thing with an S Pen with some more enhanced features and probably better build quality or like a wider stance. I don't know what it's going to be. However, I truly believe that Samsung is the OEM that a lot of people might be chasing, and they're heading in the right direction. Let me take a hit of this Starbucks real quick. The Galaxy S8, if you didn't purchase, I would say hit the stores, test it out, find out if the size is right for you, check the Plus, check this regular S8 that I have, feel it, play with it for 20, 30 minutes. You'll probably have the time because every T-Mobile store that I've gone in down here, or AT&T or any of them, they're packed and people are waiting to test out this phone. Even now, even though it's launched a week ago or more, people are still excited about this phone, So, you'll see a comparison against this and the G6. But I can tell you though, I think I find the G6 much better in the hand. I just kind of like the G6 a lot. So I'm really trying to go ahead and grab a black G6. And you'll see that on the channel. Yeah, you'll see that on the channel. But I really like the G6. And that's a comparison that I think a lot of people probably want to see. People have requested that from me, so I'll say it like that. But guys, the Galaxy S8 is a phone to be reckoned with. It is a phone to be reckoned with, and to me at this point, I don't know what the iPhone X or the iPhone 8 looks like, but I can tell you that I don't think it'll. There's nothing that Samsung could probably do besides hardware that would make me want to buy it over the S8. Like the only thing it could probably change is the hardware, and it probably won't make me want to buy it over this. Now, you might be saying, well, Jay, that's a stretch, man. It's not even out yet. You got to wait. Yeah, I probably do have to wait. But we all know that iOS is not going to change. They're not going to add widgets. You won't be able to customize like this right out of the box. You got to jailbreak and root and all those other things. You can't do that with iOS. And I just feel like the only thing they might change based on all the schematics that I keep seeing pop up, the hardware is it. You know, a few tweaks to iOS and they might change the hardware. But this hardware right here, guys, top notch. This is some top notch hardware. Overall package though, I don't think it's a complete package when you couple the software, and there's no phone is actually flawless, but there's just other phones out there that I think I kind of favor more. But nonetheless, I think it's already been proven that everybody thought that the Snapdragon 835 is just going to be this kill-all phone. Not going to happen. This phone performs exactly like every other phone I have that has a Snapdragon 821. It doesn't do anything special. So, you know, don't think that you're buying the S8 or the S8 Plus and getting some spectacular performance, because if you're not using utilizing every feature of a phone, which nobody kind of really does, any Android phone could probably do, as long as the processor's right, the RAM is right, and the memory is right, and the cameras are good. You know, you can probably just pick up anything, man. But this package that Samsung put together, while I don't think it's complete, it's getting there. It's close to a perfect or almost perfect phone that you could possibly get. But, you know, this is how I feel about it at this moment. So about 10 days in, won't go any longer. I'll have another update later on. I'm probably gonna wait and do a full review until about 30 days. I'm still gonna do some after the hypes later on down the line, maybe a month or two out, I don't know. But I've been taking it a little different this time because, you know, I didn't give you an unboxing of all these phones and stuff like that. I just kind of opened them up and put it out there and start using it. And I might start doing that. I don't know if I'll keep doing unboxings, depending on what it is. If it's an eclectic device, a special device, definitely will. I don't know. I just don't know at this point. But as of right now, this is how I feel. At about 9 or 10 days in, I really like this phone. And I could definitely recommend it over several phones out there. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut here. And I want to talk to you in the comments. You tell me how you feel about your S8. Did you return it? Did you keep it? What things have you found in the S8 that are just not there yet? Do you have other phones that you think are a little bit better than this phone? That do certain things better than this phone? I know I do. Excuse me. What are your thoughts on the S8? Were you thinking about picking it up? Are you waiting for yours to come in? Did you pre-order, or did you order? You know, just anything about the S8. I'm optimistic about the S8 because it's growing on me. Things are getting better. I don't have that lag anymore. You know, just certain things are there, and it's very appealing. So it's your man Jay Will. I will see you guys in the next video. Quick one for you. Well, kind of quick, but let's talk about it in the comments. That's what I really like. I like to talk to you guys in the comments. I'll try to respond to as many comments as I can, but let's make it happen, y'all. I'll see you in the next one.